But yeah, so I learned that like working with veneer that does not have, I mean, I kind of knew this, but it just kind of solidified that that's going to be a very difficult material to work with.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you real quick if you're curious. So I got this, I haven't even opened it. I'll open it for you if you want to see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
I got this redwood burl veneer that's paper backed. That's actually like really incredibly beautiful. I'm going to use it for my.
Here's some scissors that be helpful.
Thank you. I'm going to use this for my collection. I think I'll have a little more control because it's paper backed. Let's see.
I also don't want to forget, you told me about, I didn't know about like how burl is formed, so let's not forget to talk about that. That was really interesting.
I'll get into some of that stuff too.
Oh wow, that's really pretty.
So this is like laid up on paperback, so it's got a lot more strength in terms of you know, its application. It's not cracking, it's flat. I can put it on like curved surfaces. That's pretty good. Let me move some of that stuff so I don't. It's a little pricey, is what it is. So it's also like an investment.
Yeah. Like
to buy a material that is, you know, hurts a little bit to get, but it's kind of crucial, I think, to. So I guess what I'm trying to say with this new collection, in terms of like we were just saying, like conceptually, like burl, thinking about material and like the stories that I can make with the materials. Like burl is this you know, tree that has disease or is like about to die or whatever, has some kind of like trauma, and it creates this like desperate attempt to save itself. But what actually happens is it grows these giant, you know,
almost like tumors
on the sides of themselves, and end up sometimes still dying, and it's not really, so it's kind of the result of like this like trauma or like whatever moment of like trying to save itself. So I thought that, like, all right, this is oftentimes how I work when I think about like making art or making furniture. I'm like, I run into some kind of thing within the world, or whether it be like looking on the internet or talking to somebody, and I'm like, oh, that makes me like pause for a second. Like, that's kind of interesting.
That's the importance of getting out in the world and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Having experiences.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of like an interesting moment. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, what is, okay. It's kind of cool how then it's then produces something beautiful, and this is like maybe a little cheesy, but it produces something kind of beautiful out of a moment that like what they were intending of saving themselves like didn't really quite work, but the result, what's left over is a thing that's sought after it for its like interesting like uniqueness and beauty. So like, that's kind of cool.
It's also pretty, isn't it somewhat rare?
It's a little bit rare. I mean, it's not insanely rare. Like if I want to go get burl, I can get burl.
Okay.
But it's more expensive because it's not as much of it. Redwood is also like native to this area-ish, California. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of cool to like localize.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. But yeah, the story of like the beauty from kind of like tragic destruction is an interesting one. I didn't know that before you told me.